Hello, and welcome to a Baijiu video that is not just a Westerner trying the stuff and making a silly face because it's not bourbon. No, we are going to try this stuff and actually treat it pretty seriously. And today, I'm going to wander into territory I haven't tried yet. So I've experimented with the so-called strong aroma styles of Baijiu, associated particularly with Sichuan, a couple of the other provinces down there. I've played around a little bit with the sauce aroma style of Baijiu, particularly associated with Guizhou province. Really, it's just Motai. There's a couple of others, but really we're talking about Motai. But what I haven't really experimented with yet is the light aroma style, which is more of a northern thing. You see it around Beijing and particularly around Shanxi, which is further. A little bit further southwest. So the big name in light aroma style Baijiu is Erguto, which I'm not going to drink today, particularly Red Star. I've seen enough. I've read enough Red Star reviews that I don't want to be stuck with a bottle of this stuff. So I am not going to be reviewing Red Star Erguto today. Instead, I'm going to be reviewing these two things, which are Erguto style, but they're actually made in Taiwan, where they're called Kaoliang, which is basically sorghum related. This is Kinmen Kaoliang, 58%, 58 degrees. Their standard bottling, and I've also got the premium bottling, which is a 3-year-old. This is actually kind of expensive. It's like $60 or something. And so these are going to be close to Erguto in style. It's just we're talking about, again, Taiwan instead of Beijing. And in addition to that, I got something very special. This is Xinghua Fenjiu, which is not a Beijing style light aroma Baijiu. This is actually a Shanxi style called Fenjiu, which is it's the older style. So all of these light aroma Baijius are known for being light. I mean, it's kind of in the name, right? Short fermentation times not that short. We're still talking like a month or so, a couple weeks. But we're talking that as opposed to a couple months, as opposed to the better part of a year. Some differences in there. It's all fermented in basically these different stone containers. Stone casts, stone pits, things like that. And the Chiew is different between the two styles. Do not ask me how the Chiew is different. I will link an article, a very good article, up on this stuff down below. Anyway, so let's get into these. We're going to start with we're going to go up we're going to start with the Shanxi one, the Fenjiu, Xinghua Fenjiu. This is 53% alcohol by volume. Thanks to SWAT, by the way, for these samples. This is a light aroma style made from I can't really call it a mash, can I? I'm going to call it a mash. What the hell? A mash of 87% sorghum, 6% peas, 4% rice, and 3% wheat. Sorghum is the big grain. If someone tells you Baijiu is made mostly out of rice, they haven't really checked a lot of the grain mixtures. All right, let's get started on this. 53% alcohol by volume. On the nose. Okay, a little bit nippy on the nose, actually. The alcohol, the 53% is coming through. Quite light. It's actually kind of nice. Hard to distinguish. It's just very kind of soft and fruity and kind of gently sweet. Orange peel is a distinct note. There's some Fino sherry elements going on here. There's kind of nuttiness, a kind of unroasted green nut kind of thing. Nail polish, a little bit of cheese, like soft cheese, like Camembert. and a little bit of a stone thing, like a little bit of a wet stone kind of characteristic. These light aromas do not go through a lot of age, with the exception of the premium here. I think all of these are aged for less than a year. And of course, all the aging happens in terracotta pots rather than casks. All right. I like that. It's a very delicate nose. It's very quiet, especially considering the strength. There's a little nippiness coming through, but don't think that a nose is bad just because you can't pull out 1,000 notes out of it. This really isn't that kind of spirit. All right, on the palate of this, oh, that's nice. It's okay. It's quite simple. It's quite sweet too, actually. If I was a businessman, I could get ruined on this stuff real easily. I'm gonna start. Let's start there. Kind of marshmallows with triple sec. There's a really like sweetie orange thing going on. Simple syrup. A little kind of that nuttiness thing is still there. Yeah, a little anise, kind of stone clay thing. Very slight, everything about this is quite subtle except for the sweetness. Yeah, kind of a nutty, green nutty, like marzipan meets unroasted green nuts. And just a little bit of a grainy thing, like you made sugar cookies out of like whole grain wheat, something like that. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. It's not a great spirit by any means, but I imagine this is quite cheap. I don't know. I haven't checked the price points in these except for the premium, which is a little bit pricey. If you walk out of a liquor store with this and your intention is to get smashed, you've made a good choice. Like, this is very good value, probably assuming the prices are low, and very, very, very smashable. I don't think this is going to do a whole lot with water, but I'm going to add some. Anyhow, I'm actually surprised. Light Aroma Baijiu has a little bit of a bad reputation, again, kind of because of Red Star, but this is cool. I'm enjoying this. Not a whole lot of change with water so far. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm happy with the Fenjiu. That's nice. Let us move on to the first Kaoliang of our lineup, the Kinmen Kao. I'm mispronouncing everything, of course, because I can't get the tones right, or I can't get anything right. But whatever. Moving on, it doesn't matter. Kinmen Kaoliang, 58 degrees. There's multiple bottling strengths of this, but I got the 58-degree one. Ooh. So this is from Taiwan again, but made in the Beijing Guoto style. This is 83% sorghum, 17% wheat. Let's see if that makes a difference. And is bottled at a thunderously strong 58% alcohol, as you might expect from the name. And the nose, oh, that's very different. Still not a really loud nose, or particularly complex for that matter. But there's stuff going on which is really fun and funky, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Really different. So I'm getting like cherry pits. It does have a slight kind of alcohol-y, boozy sweetness to it, but really it's quite green. Cherry pits, raw asparagus. That green nuttiness thing, that's back. A little bit more extreme this time. Fino sherry, quite a lot coming along with that. The wet rocks, a little bit of salinity, some saltiness. is that? So it's actually, I mean, these have a reputation for being a kind of just, crushable and easygoing, but this is actually quite an austere nose. It's very medicinal, actually. There's a lot of medicinal stuff going on here. It smells like I'm nosing like there's some vegetable fruit leftovers, and then I'm just stuck nearby, and then I'm stuffing my nose in a medicine cabinet. I'm smelling, bandages, pills. Interesting. This is a really interesting nose. I can't. It's hard to judge because it's just such a new style, but let's give this a shot in the palate. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Very interesting development on this. Wow. So first of all, it is quite nippy. The alcohol is showing up. Where do I start with this one? Okay, so it's very fruity initially. Orange pith. Kind of like cheese rind. Wet stone. Marshmallows again. The sugar cookie thing again. That kind of grainy, desserty thing. The cherry pits are back. So a little maraschino liqueur coming along. It's all in the front, and then on the mid palate transition to the finish comes more sour and kind of green nutty. The kind of cherry pit note becomes very kind of nutty, lots of pheno, lots of orange peel. Some just kind of God, what am I tasting? Yeah, the closest reference I can come up with is sherries. Not like your hardcore like single vineyard, 20-year-old sherries. We're talking like, some rough young finos and manzanitas, just stuff for chugging down while you have tapas and stuff. That's kind of the note I'm getting on the back end of this. It's quite fun. Oh, and so there's some pepperiness going on too. Some like white pepper. You would think that these would be kind of more laid back compared to the really aggressively funky ones from say Sichuan, but they really aren't. These are bringing some fire. I'm impressed. I don't think they aren't killing me quality wise yet, but we have to go back to them and see them again with water. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, I don't know if these are going to change a whole lot with water, but we'll see. It's probably not going to happen. We'll give it a chance. Yeah, that's so interesting. Okay. Next up is the premium. This is, I presume, same mash bill, if you like. Kinmen Kaoliang Premium. 56%. This is 3 years old in terracotta. I don't know if there are other differences. I mean, it could be like different cuts. Baijiu does different, they call it different pots, but it's basically different cuts. I don't know. They could be using different cuts to make this, but we'll give it a shot. Can I just interject? Tasting through these so far, it really makes me a little bit regret not just breaking down and buying the Red Star, because having a full-blown crappy Grotto here for the point of comparison would be useful, because there is already, just between these first two glasses, a huge amount of contrast, which is really making me think, okay, how far does this style stretch? How many little corners and wrinkles is it showing? Okay, sorry. let's get going with the third one. Kinmen Kaoliang Premium, 56%, 3 years old. Whoa! What is... Okay, everyone shut up. Just shut up for a second. Yeah, I think I've got something here. Whoa. This is awesome. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm getting first of all is like a rocks and clay kind of note. It's really reminding me a little bit of like clay distilled mezcals. But there's more to it than that. There's lots of anise notes, black licorice, the green nuts thing, some pear coming through. This is okay. This is leaving the previous Kinmen in the dust. It is leaving it for dead. Yeah, some different kinds of pear, something metallic in there. There's still that medicine cabinet thing, but now it's like it's got integration. It's going deeper. It's This is a good nose. Okay, orange and lemon kind of creeping in now. Orange peel, orange lemon peel. The nuttiness is there's like a okay. Cards on the table. What this is reminding me of is Springbank. That's a little bit scary to say in the open like this. Is anyone listening? But it kind of smells like Springbank. Really like a vatting of like Springbank and like clay distilled mezcal and like a splash of Nissan or something, like a splash of really hardcore rum agricole. Wow, this is and it's developing as I nose it, as I kind of swirl it aggressively in the glass like this. This is the real deal. I was kind of laughing at it for the $60 price tag, but I mean, this is 3 years going on 10. All right, let's try this on the palate. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, that's good. that's great. No, it's not great. It's very, very good. Wow. We're in Oaxaca. I don't know what else to say. We're in specifically we're in Sola de Vega. We're in clay mezcal territory. We're in hardcore clay mezcal territory. This is clay. This is rocks. You're chewing on clay and rocks, but it's also rich and creamy, and there's a sweetness to this. Herbaceousness, mint, basil, lemon peel, but then Fino sherry again. That kind of nutty note, which is making me think Springbank. Licorice, medicinal stuff, rocks. This is awesome. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, I need to get a bottle of this. Okay, we're gonna add some water. Unless this crashes hard after I add water to it, I'm gonna be hunting this down. 3, 4. I'm gonna assume it'll take 5 because the others took a lot. Is that enough? Okay, I was not prepared for the amount of awesome that the Kinmen Premium just delivered directly into my face. I'm a little bit thrown for a loop. I don't know. Okay, we have to go back through the rest of these, but Okay, it's going to be kind of hard to evaluate now. God damn though. Okay, back to the Tsinghua Fenjiu. Now with some water. So the nippiness is gone on the nose of this. Otherwise, there's not really a lot of change. There's just, you know, it's just kind of, you know, soft, cheesy sweetness with a little nut and sherry and orange peel there to lighten it up. But it works. I mean, it's a simple nose. But it's very there's a well, I wanted to say lightness of character, but considering, you know, Blight Aroma Baijiu, that seems too on the nose. It doesn't smell particularly serious, but that's not a problem given, you know, the place in the market this is supposed to occupy. It's a nice nose. Again, pretty much the same. Water kind of brings out the orangey, sweety, triple seki goodness on this. A little bit more minerality, a little bit more rocks too. Otherwise, pretty much the same. Which is to say, I like it. It's not killing me, but it doesn't need to. Yeah, top 10 choice for my getting really screwed up with a bunch of Chinese businessmen on a budget. Really good choice. I'm going to give this 80 points out of 100. I might be being stingy with that. You know, 81. 81 points out of 100. This deserves a little bit more than that. Let's call it an 81. Again, not hugely complex, but what it's got, it's delivering very well. And we'll move on to the basic Kinmen Kaoliang. On the nose of this guy, now that we've reduced it down from the terrifying 58%, this is a fun nose in its own right. I mean, the premium is knocking it out of the park, but this is, I kind of love the difficulty of this, the austerity of it. Not a whole lot of change, again, and I didn't think it would. You can sometimes tell when you're just nosing something and just know, well, I can add water to this, but it's not going to do much. I can kind of tell. A little more orange pith coming out. A little, not peel. We're talking the white stuff, the pith. That's really about all. It's still kind of doing the same set of stuff. Well, that's fun. It kind of gets much heavier on the mouthfeel with water. A little bit more peppery too. So we're talking, the mouthfeel is very driven by rockiness and that kind of green, nutty, medicinal character. Something about this is reminding me of like very old, leesy champagne. But not necessarily nice old leisure champagne. But in this case, I'm kind of okay with it. Interesting. Still not like totally my jam, but I'm into this. And I absolutely appreciate trying it because this would be a fun bottle, especially if it's cheap. And I'm pretty sure it's cheap. This would be a fun bottle to have like lying around the house just to kind of get your palate in shape, because there's lots of little tiny things going on in this. They're going to challenge you when you kind of open it up and give yourself a half ounce to kind of get your palate in shape. I like that. I'm going to give that like an 82. Let's call it an 82 plus. I'm enjoying these. 82 plus. All right, but the one I'm really curious about is this Premium. Now it has water in it. Oh. Okay. Oh my God. So now on the nose, the mint has arrived. You know what this reminds? This actually reminds me more than anything else of the Glen Scotia from the early '90s I reviewed a little while ago. It's bringing just tons and tons of like mints, but along with that, just minerality. There's some, there's the cherry pit notes are still there. A little bit of the nuttiness, and some gentle like fermentary stuff going on, like a little bit of Greek yogurt maybe. This is very impressive. This is slaps. This is I was not impressed. Expecting this to impress me this much. Okay, let's try it on the palate. Here we go. How high am I gonna take this? I mean, this really comes across like some kind of mashup of Campbeltown with Sola de Vega, and just throw a little splash of like Western Martinique in there. It's that good. Wow. The light Aroma Baijiu, man. Who saw this coming? Holy crap. That's very good. That's very good. I did not expect this to happen. I'm going to give this an 88 plus. I'm going to absolutely give this an 88 plus, and I'm going to seek myself out a bottle of this. Whoa. Okay. This is, by the way, this is a fun one to throw into blinds. No matter what category you're doing, Scotch, particularly agave tastings. Throw this thing in just for fun against like some really expensive clay distilled stuff, and see what happens just for fun. Righteous, absolutely righteous. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I really was not expecting light aroma to come at me this hard, but it has. I mean, all three of these are well worth a look, and the third one in particular is if you are like a serious spirits fan, like this is one worth seeking out. Okay, I guess that's what I got. Thank you for watching, and cheers.